Hello. So, my weigh-in this week I did on Saturday because today I was out at a hotel until, we left the hotel at 10, so I'd had breakfast there rather than here. So it wouldn't have been fair to do the weigh-in today as normal because I always weigh in before breakfast. It just keeps things consistent, basically. So it's a little bit of a mystery in this one. It's going to be sorry, I'm trying to think of the right words here. A little different, because obviously the reason I count to the Sunday weigh-ins every week, and I do it at the same time every week, is just to make sure everything is as consistent as possible. Because obviously little things like doing it on a slightly different day, at a different time, so after breakfast wouldn't have been good, all these sort of things can actually make a difference. You need to compare the same with the same. So, sorry, I've got an itchy nose at the minute. I don't know what's happened all of a sudden there. But basically what I'm saying is, as much as I wanted to do a weighing result this week, I'm only really going to truly believe when I'm back on Sundays, as I will be next week. But having thought about it as well, I'm going to have other occasions in the future where I can't do it on a Sunday morning because I've gone to a friend's for the weekend, or there's a few things coming up that may mean I have to make it a Saturday. So I know next weekend it'll be normal. I'll be able to weigh in as normal next Sunday, and it's so I'll be able to tell whether it's working out right. You know, if it's pretty similar, if I've weight lost or gained the same amount over the week with regards to whether it's a Saturday or Sunday, that won't be too bad. But as I say, this is an unusual week this week, as I say. So I've updated my Twitter with all the food I've had and what's been judged as cheats and what hasn't, and somehow I've managed to gain a life and lose a life within 24 hours of each other, but only lose one life with this wedding meal. So I'm currently on just the one life, and that means I've just got to be careful. It's not a great surprise. The reason I set myself up with 3 lives was because I knew I had a meal out with work on the Tuesday just gone, and I had this meal for my sister's wedding yesterday. So because I knew these things were coming, I thought it'd be unfair of me to try and say something other than, well, I need to sat with 3 lives. So, and I knew I'd have to gain something as well, just to make sure, so I didn't gain a life, just to make sure I'm covered off. Surprisingly, last night's meal was judged as fairly healthy, so I only lost 1 life on it, so I'm quite happy with that. So I'm just going to quickly talk about weight. This is going to be a really short video because obviously I'm a bit tired after last night. I was pretty much the last one out of the actual nighttime venue. The venue was actually our hotel as well, so I wasn't the last one out of the hotel, but I was the last one out of the nighttime room, and I pretty much was the one telling the DJ, right, we're all right, you can shut off now, because we're all lightweights apparently. The DJ was supposed to go on till 1 in the morning, and I was last one out at 1:45, which actually is fairly late for me, so I'm knackered. And me being me, the more I drink, the more likely I am to wake up really early. So I woke up at 6:30 this morning after going to bed at 1 and struggling to get to sleep in the first place. I think a lot of adrenaline through the system. But that's the way it goes. And yeah, so it was breakfast at 9 and then on from there. Anyway, I keep deflecting from the weight. Yesterday morning I weighed 21 stone 3.7. I'm just going to grab my phone and double check that. No, I'm not, because it's downstairs. So for a second I'm not going to be able to see what this shows on my feed here. There we go, yeah, 21 stone 3.7 pounds. And considering last Sunday it was 200 stone £5, that means I've lost £1.3, which is absolutely fantastic. So we obviously haven't taken into account festivities from last night. It will be impossible to take them into account at the minute. I'll probably do an interim weigh-in tomorrow morning just to see what impact that may have had. It's let me sit back again because you're getting my full face here. It's, I say there's no point doing it now because I've had breakfast and that makes a difference. I have done that before and after breakfast before. It's not a great difference, but it's a difference, and I don't want that to be affecting results. Excuse me. Sorry, it was quite loud last night, so I was talking quite loud. That's why the voice is rough at the minute. The good news is there isn't any more night-time activities planned like that for a little while, so we should hopefully be back on track fairly soon. Yeah, but £1.3 off as of yesterday morning is a brilliant result, and it means I'm back on track because that's 2 weeks where I've lost more than £1. I think it was 1.2 the week before and £1 this week. So if we can keep going like that again, although it's not the ideal was £2 a week, it's good. It's going in the right direction, and I know at that rate I'll definitely be below, well, at the very least I'll be below 20 stone before I go to California at the end of the year. But yeah, so I'm feeling good about it at the minute. I'm not going to ramble on today because, as I've said, I'm a bit tired and the voice isn't great at the minute because of all the shouting from last night. You can see behind the bed's a bit of a mess. To be honest, that's me getting all the camera gear out from last night, because the next job I've got to do is start editing some videos together for my sister from last night, basically. No rush because she'll be going on a honeymoon very soon, so it's. She probably won't get it till she gets back from that, but yeah, that's my next plan on there. Don't expect to see them. That's down to her if she wants some sharing, not me. But we had some good shots going, including getting the GoPro, which it can just about get on frame. We got that mounted to a window that was by the dance floor, so we had quite a high wide shot of the dance floor from the first dance till about 2 and a bit hours in. I'm not sure exactly what yet because I'm just waiting for the footage to upload onto the computer. But yeah, it's all looking really good in that regard as well. So I'm going to cut it there. I'll make sure that you get a share of my Lent plan on links. I said I was going to do it last week and never got around to it, but I'll make sure you get it this week. And don't forget to check out my Fitbit, my Twitter, all the usual stuff. Subscribe if you want to see more, and thanks very much for watching, guys. I shall speak to you next week.